Good morning, fellas. Today is April the 24th, 2021. We are at the Kentucky Spring Challenge, number 13. This is the number 13th shoot we've had, not counting the polar bear shoots. This is the 13th Kentucky Challenge that we have had. It is 7:30 on the nose, Saturday morning. Me, a couple other guys came down here. We started Monday morning building onto the shelter. We added 4 benches, 24 feet more of coverage. We now have 2,133 square feet under roof down here at the Kentucky Challenge. And we started out with 2 concrete benches and a tarp over our heads. So this place is really growing. We've put a lot of time and work and money into building this place so people have a spot that they can come and relax for a couple of weekends out of the year and just have a great time. Now we got the cooks in here. They're already cooking. They've been up for an hour or two already. They've got the breakfast just about done. So I'm going to take you around, show you some of the additions that we've done, and we'll get in there and see what kind of breakfast they got. It's going to be the same as always, more food in there than you could want to eat. There's going to be 30 people here probably today. I think this is going to be the biggest shoot that I've ever had. There was close to 30 here yesterday, and there's a few more coming today that did not show yesterday. So let's take a little walk around and I'll show you what we've got going on. Okay, so starting out here in front of the shooting building, this is our shooting shelter. We have now got 9 concrete benches. And if you see that post to your far right, we had to add that post. And then there's a post in the middle, we had to add that post. We put a couple of posts in behind, but we only had to add 2 posts to gain 24 foot of coverage. And the sheet metal over our head is 21 feet long. So our building now is 21 feet by almost 60 feet. I'd have to do the math on it and figure it out, but it's getting pretty big. We can't add no more shooting benches. We are at capacity on shooting benches. If you can come down this way just a little bit, you can see the amount of fill that I had to put in to keep these level, and every bench is level with the other bench. They're all the same. So we've added, the filler goes up inside there behind that green sheet metal. It is just a little bit above the green sheet metal. So you can see the filler, just picture that sheet metal coming straight out and then down here to the dirt where the grass is growing. There's 3.5, 4 foot of fill right there. And most of that was brought up with tractor bucket and dirt. Now, we'll walk in from the back side. I don't think I've ever brought you guys in from the backside like this before. There's a couple of places down here at the far end to park a few vehicles. If you get them squeezed in here just right, you can get 3 or 4 trucks parked in down here. So if you come on in, we built this rock wall or rock set of steps out of just rocks and concrete. Nothing fancy, just serves a purpose to get up in here. And then we line everything in here with this number 8 gravel. It's easy to rake around. It's easy on the feet. It's not like walking over big gravel. So
when you just ease in.
Right here is our bench that we made to sit on. That's a really nice bench. It turned out pretty good. Better than the other ones that we have up here with no back on them. But we wanted to back on this bench because if somebody was to lean back too far, they're going to go over the hill into the creek right there, and we wouldn't want nobody to fall over there and get hurt or nothing. So
in that gun, and then I've been
come on around this way.
275.
This here is one of the benches that we added. There's one, and the 4th one up is the ones we've added. They have not been painted yet. I'm going to paint those someday next week or in a couple of weeks whenever I get a chance to come over here. But I've got this real good epoxy paint for concrete, but it literally takes it 3 or 4 days to cure out once you put it on there. It'll get tacky in an hour or two, but several days to completely cure, and I was afraid if I tried to paint those like Wednesday last week, we're going to do a shoot on Saturday, they might not quite be dried up yet, and the feet from people's rest would be sticking to the paint. Now this is the bench that's been here for a long time. It's got a date on it. 6/14 of 15 is when I made that bench. And it has been painted. It's got gray paint on it. There's the other 5 benches. You guys have seen those before. And then, of course, we added another big table in here. So people's got a place to put their stuff. They bring these rifle rests in and reloading presses and boxes and spotting scopes and more reloading presses, more rifle rests, and we come on up through here and we run into a guy named Dennis. How you doing, Dennis?
Hey, I'm hungry. Hey, I got something for you.
I don't want it right now. Just hang on to it. Then we got Zach.
How you doing?
Got quite a few people here. Got quite a few still rolling in. There's a call coming in now. We got Jim. That's Jim Gross right there. He's world famous rifle builder. Gonna be anyway. We got Kyle Pittman from Pittman Bullets. Toby Osner, he come down and worked a couple of days last week. I think he lost about 7 pounds while he was here.
I think I did.
This is a new guy. I can't remember his name.
Chad Leonard, Lewisburg, Tennessee.
Chad Leonard,
Leonard.
Lewisburg, Tennessee. He come up. He's a first timer. Come up yesterday. So he's getting a little taste of what the Kentucky Challenge is. I'm going to go around this way. So we got this is our food table. And of course it's bigger than our storage tables for our guns because we have a lot of food. And it just gets piled up in here. People bring stuff and they just bring it in, pile it up on this table. I organized it a little bit last night. And there's a bunch of bacon. We've got desserts, pies and cakes and donuts, and cookies, apples and oranges if you want one of those. Pancake mix, pancake syrup, applesauce, onions, more onions, potatoes,
Eggs.
eggs. We got Bill over here cooking the eggs. Look at all the eggs he's got up here. How many you got on there, Bill? You don't know, do you?
A bunch.
A bunch. Lost count of them. We got some biscuits over here. We got Lapua, he's always close to the food. We got some hot gravy and some hotter gravy.
Could be.
All right, and we got potatoes cooking. Got several of these little black stone griddles. Them things work really nice. Heat up quick and easy. We got Tropicana orange juice. Water in these here blue buckets for washing hands and rinsing off pans. Keeping things clean. We got cheese, bowls. Got Mark Vincent right there. How you doing, Mark?
Good. I'm ready to eat. How about you?
I'm getting there. The supper held me over pretty good last night. The big hamburger.
Oh, yeah.
Be but about a 2-hour drive or a little bit more.
And then there's the old barrel stove. We had that thing going yesterday, and we're probably going to fire it up again today sometime. We're supposed to have a lot of rain move in here about 11 o'clock. And then after that, it's supposed to be a rainer all day. So once it starts raining, it's just going to rain all day. Probably won't be here till 11 o'clock. But when it comes, it's going to come hard. And downrange, you guys have all seen this before. That's our targets. We got a 100-yard target, a 200-yard target, a 300-yard target, a 400-yard target. And then you all know that the steel gongs down there where the deer is, is 444 yards. Hang on here, let me hold this camera still. Now it's a shame we couldn't get 450 yards, but my neighbor owns the other side right behind the berm down there that we got pushed up. A neighbor owns that, and that's this property. That's as far as my property goes, is 444 yards. He told me he didn't care if I pushed it up right next to the fence. And I probably should have asked him and just see if he cared if I pushed it a couple yards past, and he probably would have said he didn't care because he's a pretty nice guy. Let's see, there's Richard. What's up, Rich?
Good night's sleep.
Yeah, I had a good night's sleep too. So that's about what's going on today, fellas. I'll be back and forth with y'all on the camera as much as I can, and I'll pick it up from there. Okay, fellas, we just started the first relay round one, 100 yards. We've got 18 shooters and we got 9 benches, so that turned out perfect. There'll be 2 relays. Our 9 guys on the line. Everybody is shooting. You've got 10 minutes to shoot 5 shots. If you want the 2-siders, you do not have to shoot the 2-siders. They are an option. So you really only have to shoot 3 shots. If you can do it with 3, and you are confident that your first shot's going to go where you want it to go, you do it. So it does sound a lot different down here when you got 9 guns going off at one time instead of only 5. So out there is our targets. We have the official targets that we keep score on. They're the ones with the blue dots on them. And then the 2 over there that we shoot at on a regular basis are our sighter targets. And the guys that's getting ready to shoot, they're all lined up back here on the back of the bench. When the relay 1's done, relay 2 comes up, does their thing. And then we move targets to 200 yards. And we start over. We've got every gun down here that you can think of, from break actions this time around to guns that weigh 40 pounds. The smokeless muzzle loading sport is really growing. Things have really progressed over the last couple of years. The smokeless powder and the large rifle magnum primer craze is just gone nuts.
Sometimes you gotta really go down on it. Yeah. I don't believe.
5 years ago, the first Kentucky Challenge, everybody was shooting 209 primers except for myself, a friend of mine, Mike Trentman, and I believe Kyle Pittman. We're the only 3 that had the large rifle magnum ignition system that I designed. And now everybody on this bench, everybody down here is shooting large rifle magnum primers, either the Hankins ignition system, the original, and we've got a couple guys that shoots the DI on the bench. For a bench, the DI system works pretty well if you don't mind removing the bolt and unscrewing the module. So you see a few guys are getting done, they're getting off the benches, getting ready to let the relay 2 guys come in. So we're down to 3 minutes time left. Most guys can do this in 7-8 minutes. A couple of guys take a full kill. And we have had once or twice where a guy didn't make it in 10 minutes and he got disqualified. So you do have to get your shots off in 10 minutes. So there's relay 1, 100 yards. Well, guys, the challenge is over. It's 2:22. We're done. Scoreboard's figured up. We've been done shooting for about 30 minutes. Scoreboard is done. The lunch is about ready. We're going to eat lunch and then do a little award ceremony. I don't know that I'll videotape that this time. We're just going to tell who won what place and all that good stuff, and then it'll be on the message board later this week. Anybody interested wants to see it, you know where the message board is at. And it's messageboard.freeprinters.net. The 9 benches made it go a lot smoother, a lot quicker today, a lot less changeover. Guys only had to move around a lot less, really. So it did help us out a lot. We've got all of them getting cleaned up and the guys are getting ready to roll out of here. Just a quick go over. It just started to rain about a half an hour ago, so the rain held off on us.
Yeah, I backed these off, and then as I run them through, then I tighten these up to make it.
We're going to go on over here and get ready for lunch. Hamburgers, good hamburgers, Angus, and potato salad, all kinds of good food. So today is the 13th Kentucky Challenge we've had. Now that's not counting the polar bear shoots. I think we've done 3 of those. So we're doing pretty good. We've added a lot of room. We got 2,133 square feet of overhead coverage. So I think that's pretty good. Not really a whole lot to say today out of the ordinary, other than the door prizes will be all given away at the fall shoot. If you're here today, your name's in the hat. If you're not at the fall shoot and you win something, it'll be mailed to you. That way it just saves us a lot of time. And I didn't have time to collect door prizes yet, but I'll get those collected up. Richard's donated some stuff. Any of you guys that work in the industry, I know a lot of you are in the industry. If you got anything and you want to bring it down or donate it, just let me know and we'll throw it in a box and we'll donate door prizes. But we did 2 classes today. We did an open class and a hunter class. I'm going to go through the open class first. Jim Gross has been here more times than I care to count, but he won first place today. So where's Jim Gross at? Come on up here. The only thing you get on camera is a handshake.
Okay.
Get with me after this, I'll give you your cash. Jim gets to take $165 home with him today.
Right.
Mark Clemens, where's he at? He's been to several of these. I don't know if he's ever won a first place or a second place, or he's been close. Have you ever won before, Mark?
Nope.
Mark got second place in the hunter in the open class. Get with me, I'll give you your money in a minute. He gets to take $100 home. Steve Zoda. I know Steve's placed in the money before. So Steve gets to take $60 home with him. Get with me after this and I'll give you your money.
Will do.
Hunter class. We had 6 people in the hunter class. We had 13 in the open class. So out of the 6 in the hunter class, Bill Travis got first place. Come on up here, Bill. Bill gets to take $75 home with him today. Congratulations there, Billy.
Yep.
Eddie Chancellor, second place winner in the hunter class. Wasn't expecting that, was you? All right, $50 winner today. Mike Bradway, his third place winner. Mike, you want to come on up? Now, you flew in from where?
Connecticut.
Mike flew in from Connecticut, got picked up at the airport, shot somebody else's gun, and still won the money. Now, how much luckier can you get than that?
I have no idea.
So, you got a $25 bill to take home with you. The only thing I'll say, I said it earlier, but I'll tell you guys again since it's on the camera today, we're going to do a 3rd shoot in September. It'll be the last weekend in September. The August shoot is the last weekend in August. So anybody that can make the third shoot can come to the third shoot. It's $25. And that all that money's going to go into the pot to give away at the end. But you have to come to one of the two shoots in order to come to the third shoot for 25 bucks. All you guys have already qualified, but anybody watching the video, if you only come to the third shoot, you're going to pay the $100 like the rest of these guys have to pay. I think that's only fair for everybody that's here. So anyway, that's just kind of a bonus shoot, kind of like the polar bear shoot. Some of you guys live too far away to drive up that many times and stay one day, but we probably will do the September shoot. Will probably be a Friday and a Saturday like we did today. So it makes it worth the drive. All right, that's all I've got. If anybody else wants to add something, Bill, Kyle, Richard, anybody's got something to throw in here, let's do it. And we'll keep on moving on and turn the range back on.
I'll say something. I'd like to thank everybody that helps. There's a lot of work goes on here. You know, chasing targets, scoring targets, cooking, all this extra area that we have. I want to thank everybody that's taking a part in it. And hopefully, you know, we've had a few new faces this time around. Hopefully everybody had a good time. I know I did. We probably had the best conditions that we've ever had, despite the fact that it started raining.
We had almost zero wind today.
We had almost zero wind today, which is very unusual.
We sure didn't have zero wind last week, did we, Gary? We stood out here and fought this wind, man, it almost killed us. We couldn't hardly take it. But we got it done.
But appreciate everybody coming, appreciate Jeff for having it and, you know, doing all this stuff. There's not anybody here that hasn't gained friendships by coming here. I can say that. I can look at any one of you and you can say that. So count yourself fortunate.
I think it was neat that Steve White came, because there's a guy that's been in this game since the beginning, and I've known and talk on the internet with Steve White. I got on the forum with Doug's in 2007, and Steve had already been on that probably 7 years when the Savages first came out. So we've always been back and forth, but I've never seen him in person. So it's kind of neat that Steve White came up. And,
Yeah, Steve White was here today, but he had to leave yesterday for some type of family emergency, he told me. But he was glad to be here, and most of you got to meet him. But he couldn't be here today. He wanted to be, but he had to go home.
And I'm going to take that tote board home. I make that up. I'm going to take it home and I'll get rid of those yellow tape things and kind of redo it so that it looks, and I'll take a picture and have it on the internet. Anybody wants to see the tote board, but I'll do that over again for the full day.
I don't know what's further away, Connecticut or Utah? Okay. So we got a guy that drove from Utah to the shoot this weekend. That's the farthest we've ever had anybody come in for a shoot, Utah. We had a guy for a while from Hawaii said he was going to make it, but he never did make it in. And we ain't heard from him for a while. So Ray Stokes drove in from Utah. Y'all give him a hand for making that drive.
Well, that was cow hunter. That's what his handle was, cow hunter.
Yeah.
I built him a muzzle loader.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I built him one too, 375. And
I built him one with a piece
tag.
of wood that he gave me from a koa tree or something. He had a piece of wood that he dried. We had it duplicated, and I built him a stock out of it and did a 700 ml.
Anybody else got anything they want to add?
Yeah, I do.
What you got?
What Bill said about gaining friends here. I started coming here, I don't know, I think I was on the second one, I've missed a couple. But this has turned from something I desired as a hobby into an extended family for myself. I don't take my wife everywhere and introduce her to all of my friends, that's for sure. But I'm sure that she felt comfortable down here because I know that my friends and extended family would make sure of that. So I'm proud to call you friends. It all started because of some green letters on a board one day. Then I started calling and pestering Richard. And I call him Pester Bill, sometimes Kyle, sometimes Jeff. But I'm sure proud to be part of your group.
Amen.
Yep, thank you.
Well, anything else from anybody? Toby, you look like you got something to say.
Just thanks.
All right.
Toby,
Thanks.
it's all ears.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks everybody for coming. We're gonna turn the camera off and turn the range back on if anybody wants to do some more shooting. The rain looks like we didn't get what they said we were gonna get because we were supposed to get a monsoon at 1 o'clock and it never did come. So,
Can't be better conditions for this. Maybe Kyle will shoot a 400-yard bug hole again.
We'll try.
I've been called a liar.
That's a group to
When I tell
remember.
people I was here and witnessed that, I've told people have told me, I don't believe somebody shot.
Kentucky Challenge, number 13 or 14, I can't remember which, has came and gone. We've got the mess cleaned up. It's Sunday morning. I'm gonna walk down here and give you guys a quick, better look at these benches. The other day when we did the video, there was people in here already. So there's bench, there's 3, 4, 5. We're gonna change the numbers on them. 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we've got our 9 shooting benches. And we put these big pieces of plywood up right here in between each shooter because of the muzzle blast from these muzzle loaders. It's not like you're sitting next to a guy shooting a 6BR at a bench rest match or something. When these muzzle loaders go off, they'll blow your hat off. They'll cause you to jerk your trigger and set your gun off prematurely. So we come up with these pieces of plywood. Bill brought those up and we've got them attached pretty securely just to keep the muzzle blast off of people. And then we brought all the targets in, got them under roof, keep them from deteriorating out in the sun. We've got one sitting over here. Now we've got this place cleaned up. It's almost like nobody has even been here. It's completely clean. The inside, all the trash is picked up. Now Bill Travis is going to stay a couple days, so there's still some stuff out on the food table. He's going to stay a couple days and do some turkey hunting. And when he leaves, he'll finish cleaning up the mess and everything here will be gone. Here's my load of stuff I got to haul home. So we got a quad runner on there, side by side, tractor. All the equipment that we used last week to build this addition. Got a post hole digger, got a generator, got a water pump, gasoline cans. I got the forks off the front of the tractor. And when I get home, I can put them on my other tractor and unload this thing because those forks right there come in handy loading and unloading this trailer. So we got a little bit of everything loaded up on here. Got garbage taken home. I look like a gypsy going down the highway, but I guess it doesn't matter. And then here's the old beater tractor. I bought that thing new in 1996 and that has been a good tractor. I wish they still made tractors like that, but they don't. I bought a new John Deere 5085E and it's half the tractor that one is and twice the horsepower, but they don't make stuff like they used to. Up there is our bathroom. That little white freezer box I use to store stuff in now. I don't have to haul so much cooking equipment over. Gas grills and pots and pans and stuff like that stays in up there. And then downrange, grass almost looks like a golf course. The rain we had yesterday did come in, rain a little bit yesterday afternoon. Brought the creek up just a little. It's running a little more than it was yesterday, but not much. And other than that, fellas, I'm about ready to sign off on this video. I do want to invite any of you guys that has not been to the Kentucky Challenge and have thought about coming, to come down here, hang out with us. You can bring a gun and shoot, or you can just come down and hang out and enjoy the socialism and meet people and just hang out. It's a fun time. We now have the 9 shooting benches, so that allows us to have a lot more shooters. Makes it a lot easier to run the match. So anybody thinking about it, wants to come down, I'd highly recommend that you come on down and enjoy in on some of the fun. And till next time, fellas, sign up for hanksmessageboard.freeforums.net. That's where you'll find out all the information on the Kentucky Challenge, the shoot dates and that kind of stuff. And hanksprecisiongunparts.com is where you can find all your parts and accessories for building these muzzle loaders, barrels, actions, triggers, breech plugs, muzzle brakes, ignition systems. We've got just about everything you need, cleaning tubes, size and dies, and it's all made in the USA in my shop in Kentucky. So your money is spent local, it stays local, or at least it stays. You might spend it, you might be a long ways off, but the money stays here in the United States. So until the next time, fellas, I do want to thank everybody that did attend the shoot and for all the help and participation from everyone that comes. It makes it a lot easier. You got 20 people here and everybody's doing something, so that's very much appreciated. And until the next time, fellas, we're going to sign off.